Right at the top of 11, we're getting some breaking news here. Suresh Kalmadi, the organizing committee chief of the Commonwealth Games 2010, has been charged for conspiracy and corruption. Delhi court has pressed charges of corruption, theft and conspiracy against former Commonwealth Games organizing committee chief Suresh Kalmadi and 10 others in a corruption case that's linked to 2010 Delhi Commonwealth Games. We have my colleague Atir Khan now joining us on the phone line. Atir, just take us through the details first.
Well, we know that the proceedings have happened in the court, but the court has order on charge for 10th January, which means actually the charges will be framed on 10th of January. Now, this is the Swiss timing case in which a loss of 90 crore rupees was caused to the exchequer. So the proceedings have happened in the CBI's court today.
Right. What exactly are the charges against Mr. Kalmadi and Lalit Bhanot? The CBI had filed a charge sheet long time ago. Today, of course, the court was expected to press these charges that earlier were talked about by the CBI in its charges, in its charge sheet, that of corruption and conspiracy. Just take us through the details of the allegations against Kalmadi.
Well, the allegations were that a company, Swiss-based company, was given the contract for the timing of different watches, clocks for different stadia, which were used for the Commonwealth Games. Now, the allegations are that some extra, the company was given undue advantage, and it caused wrongful gain and a wrongful loss to the exchequer. So therefore, they were charged with cheating, criminal conspiracy, and these were the sections which were attracted.
All right, just stay on with us, Atir. Let's just bring our viewers up to speed with the developments. So the charges have been framed against Suresh Kalmadi, the organizing committee chief of Commonwealth Games in 2010. These include that of corruption, theft and conspiracy, as they were mentioned in the CBI charge sheet. Charges have also been slapped against Lalit Bhanot, one of the close aides of Suresh Kalmadi, who was also in the news recently for Indian Olympic Association elections. So clearly news tightening around Suresh Kalmadi and some of his aides there, including Lalit Bhanot. This, of course, is in connection with allegedly illegally awarding a contract to install scoring devices system, which at an exorbitant rate really, which caused a massive loss of over 90 crore rupees to the state exchequer. We have Rahul Mehra joining us on the phone line. He's a noted sports attorney. Rahul, your first reactions, are you satisfied with the pace of this whole legal process that's unfolding?
Frankly not. I think by now the decision should have been out. These should be day-to-day trials. I don't know whether these are day-to-day trials, but if they are, still they are at a very slow pace. There's no reason why a trial can't be finished within a few months, forget about a few years. So, pace of the trial definitely one would never be happy with unless and until there are radical changes in the way the entire legal judicial system of ours is functioning. But that's, I don't think that's the point of debate right now. As far as the charges which are being framed, I think it's a step in the right direction. It was writing on the wall. But one would expect that the people who have been charged, they would come out with an argument that this is only a charge. We'll get our opportunity. We have not been convicted. And, but till the time the person is not convicted, one is innocent. And all those noises will be there. So don't expect any sane kind of approach by people, even relinquishing their posts at the IOA level. So, Mr. Lalit Bhanot will continue to be the illegally appointed Secretary General and try and assert his position of power. Because these people are not there for sport. These people are there to hang on to these, posts and continue to destroy the fabric of Indian sports in times to come.
Right. Interesting that you noted here the case of Lalit Bhanot, who of course was in news during the Indian Olympic Association elections, Rahul. But given the fact that Suresh Kalmadi and his close aide Lalit Bhanot were single-handedly almost running not only Indian Olympic Association but also the Commonwealth Games Organizing Committee. So 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago, when the CWG scandal had not broken out, nobody would have actually thought that they could face such severe charges, some stringent charges that have now been leveled against them. They've finally been charge sheeted, first by the CBI, and now the court has charged them with corruption and conspiracy.
But, I mean, go to the back of it. There is only one case against Mr. Kalmadi. I fail to understand why is there only one case against him when he was the real father figure behind every deal that happened in the organizing committee. Everybody knows that there were people who were signed documents only at his behest. So at least, to say the least, a conspiracy angle could have been invoked against him in every case, every CWG case. But we know that, the powers that be tried to protect him for almost more than 2 years, despite a plethora of evidence which had come out in the media. And despite that, he was never removed. Even till date, he continues to be the president of IOA. And that is a shocker. Despite all of this, a country as powerful as ours cannot even take care of one individual for all the deep-rooted vested interest that is at play in Indian sports and the political interference at every level. These people have been allowed to have a complete free run. And if a CWG scandal worth 75,000 crores cannot get people who have been, perpetrators of or allegedly the perpetrators of those scams, we can't even take care of them and get them, relinquish posts in the so-called private bodies which are performing public functions. Then God save India. What is the sports ministry all about? Why can't they act in national interest? Why are they so shy of acting against individuals who have destroyed the very, the very roots of Indian sports? Ask any athlete, ask any individual who has some kind of a patriotic spirit in him, and they would say these people should actually have nothing to do in the field of sports. They might be good politicians, and let them stay there. Why do they, transgress that area and get into Indian sports? And they have destroyed it over 65 years, and they still continue to do so. And despite the fact that all that has happened, there was a High Court order in my case, which actually issued a show cause notice to all the three individuals that you're talking about, Kalmadi, Bhanot, and Verma, saying that why you should not be removed. And, subsequently, it was challenged in the Supreme Court, and the matter is coming up on 7th of January now in the Supreme Court. So Mr. Kalmadi is still fighting for his post, rather than saying that, I've had enough. There have been numerous amount of allegations against me. Let me at least, try and protect my name. And if he's acquitted of everything, come back.
All right. All right, Rahul. That, of course, is the overarching theme, the picture that you're talking about of the state of Indian sport, really, which is continuing to be ruled by people like Lalit Bhanot, who've now been charged by the court for conspiracy and corruption during the Commonwealth Games. Rahul Mehra there speaking to us on these latest developments, court framing charges of corruption and conspiracy against Suresh Kalmadi, the CWG Organizing Committee chief, and his close aide and associate Lalit Bhanot, apart from 9 other people. My colleague Siddharth Kochar is also with us now. He'll give us a sense of what really this case has been all about. We've talked about Commonwealth Games in detail for a really long time, but this specific case in which Kalmadi and company have been charged, just take us through the details of this particular case, Siddharth.
Right, Shujika, it's interesting that you point out that we've been talking about CWG and related scams for quite some time, but this relates just to one particular case, that of timing, where the CBI's counsel has alleged that Kalmadi had already made up his mind to actually award the bid for installing the software and basically the hardware to ensure that results were displayed and timings were computed of various athletes according to international standards. You have to remember that apart from the company that was awarded this contract, which is Swiss Timing Omega, there was another Spanish company, MSL Timing, which actually bid 28 crores less than what the Swiss company had bid. But Kalmadi still awarded that contract to the Swiss company, causing the exchequer a loss of what many are saying 90 crores. But you have to remember the bid was awarded to the Swiss company for 90 crores. The second or the lowest bidder was 62 crores. So it's a loss of 28 crores. But that basically is the scam, that there was a bidder who fulfilled all technical requirements, and yet Kalmadi chose to give away that contract to a firm that actually had bid much higher.
Right, and Siddharth, we've of course seen in the past few days how Lalit Bhanot's name had come up in news in connection with the Indian Olympic Association scam, and he refused to step down, saying there are no charges that have been proven against him. He's not been convicted for any crime. So we are going to see pretty much the same rhetoric even now, though he's been charged and he's going to stand trial in this case of corruption and conspiracy in CWG scam.
Well, it certainly is going to be the case till the time he says that charges are proven against me, I am innocent. And he's backed not just by Suresh Kalmadi, who's obviously backing him in public, but in private, but in public by the president, Abhay Chautala. And that's the worrying part. The president isn't willing to let Lalit Bhanot quit, at least to ensure that one of the reasons that the IOC had for banning India was actually overturned. So obviously that is not happening, and the response that you can expect from Lalit Bhanot is that till the time the charges are proven against me, I am innocent, and I will continue to hold the post of Secretary General of the IOA, whether it costs India a place in the Winter Olympics or not, which is coming up in 2014, is something that we'll have to wait and watch. But Lalit Bhanot will continue to remain defiant as of now.